tip. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Taking a look at the Nuggets. Down low, it's Faried and JaVale McGee. Lawson at point with Afflalo. They're the backcourt. And it's Chandler in at the three, the small forward. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
Rockets ball.
Harden with it.
Well, Dwight Howard, in his words, back to having fun playing basketball last season in Houston. A younger group, more compatible to his fun-loving personality, and certainly with Harden and others, they've got a depth of talent that is very impressive. Probably the best core around him of his entire career.
On defense, the Rockets. It's a three-point game. Lawson dishes to Faried. McGee trying to break free. Rebounded by Howard. Back to Harden. Feeds it to Beverly. About 1 minute into the first quarter. And Harden with the basket on the assist by Beverly.
A good open look, and he splashes home the three.
It's been a slow start here for Denver. Chandler with a screen for Lawson. Kicks to Chandler from deep. And again, Denver no good. Houston's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Ariza outside. And another three for Houston.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes there.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. Trevor Ariza last year.
Keep it going for your Rockets power dancer.
Yeah, he played starters minutes, shot a career-high three-point percentage. I think a lot of it, Kevin, was just the combination of playing with good bigs and then also John Wall's emergence as a great point guard. Ariza had a lot of open looks last year.
Now here's Afflalo. He kicks to Lawson. To halt the run, and the layup is good.
The first bucket for this offense, 1 of 4 to start the game.
Houston's gone 3 of 3 from deep. 9 points rung up from outside here in the first. Here's Beverly. Left side Ariza. Jones with the screen on Chandler. Ariza, McGee with the block. Chandler against Harden. The shot by Chandler, wide open. That doesn't go either for Chandler.
You could say that Ariza was in a contract year looking for a new contract, playing for a new contract, but he's upped his three-point percentage for 3 straight seasons. It seems he's put in the work to really solidify that part of his game.
Here's Lawson from 16 feet away. Cans it.
Great interplay there between those two teammates.
Rockets leading by 5. Pass to Harden. Harden left side. Cans the shot from the wing. Harden's got 5 points so far.
And Ariza has always been great shooting threes from the corners, but he's diversified a bit. Last season, the highest total of three-point makes in his career.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Now the dish to Howard. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
Still went down, but with no defense anywhere near him, he might as well just go straight up. No need to fade away.
Screen by Faried. Lawson the pass to Faried. He dishes it to Afflalo. He feeds it to McGee. Just 5 to shoot. And Lawson with the drive. That's good.
Ty Lawson.
Lawson's got 6. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Follow against Harden. Pass to Ariza. This one for 3. Here's Jones. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Nice work to get inside and draw the foul.
Yeah, it's obvious. The defense not going to allow many easy layups. They're going to make you earn it from the line.
Shooting
And
for
let's
Houston.
quickly check out the score breakdown here for the Rockets.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And the other thing we're seeing is great ball movement. We're seeing a lot of good offensive execution, ball movement, player movement, setting up assists.
Terrence Jones is part of the 2012 championship team at Kentucky with Anthony Davis. In year 2 with the Rockets, stepping into the starting role at power forward.
And Fareed throws it down.
From Ty Lawson.
Rockets leading by 3. Beverly with the ball. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet for him. That's good.
Well, Kevin, I like the way they've come out here. I mean, they're shooting well with confidence from outside. Just a good, strong start for them.
Now, here is Lawson. Fareed setting the pick for Lawson. The shot by Chandler, wide open. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet.
How about that for a response?
They will say they can give the 3 as well as they can take the 3.
It's Harden with the drive. That's good. Harden's got 10.
And as hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan should be simple. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
And Afflalo kicks to McGee. Chandler against Ariza. Lawson has the open look. No good. And Houston the other way now. Now here's Beverly. And there's the feed to Harden. Launches a 3. Rebound by the Nuggets. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, Kevin McHale gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. I asked him what players he was really eyeing on the scouting report, and he said one that might surprise you, Kenneth Fareed. He said he plays with so much energy and effort. He really sets the bar for the rest of the team. If we can limit his impact on the game, I think it'll really be to our advantage. Guy's an interesting take. We'll see if they can slow his roll.
Thanks, Doris. Here's Beverly. Ty Lawson making his last shot. Howard setting the pick for Harden. Stolen by Fareed. Lawson with it. And it's Harden picking him up. Lawson kicks to Fareed. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Guys, that's simply superb. Ball pressure, a run out, and then a dunk in transition.
Exactly, Clark, what they want. The aggressive defense to lead to.
Yeah, points in transition.
That's why you want to make the other team feel uncomfortable handling the ball, because you can get easy points out of it at the other end.
That's good from Howard on the assist by Harden. Howard's got his second bucket.
I don't know how they're going to keep this pace up. Both teams on fire here early.
And playing the game on rollerblades, too.
That one goes.
Aaron Afflalo.
Well, every once in a while, he'll show us some pretty good moves around the hoop.
Houston in the lead. And here's Beverly. He's been patient so far, and nothing yet on the scoreboard.
Nice pass. That one was right on target.
Now Lawson. Pass to McGee. Back to Lawson. Afflalo dishes to Chandler. Now the pass to McGee. 6 on the shot clock. Shot left block, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Rockets leading by 3. Ariza gets to Beverly. And Houston again with the bucket.
Beverly.
Denver's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Lawson. He's got 8. Just 5 on the clock. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. He had a nice open look right there. And that's now 6 points for Wilson Chandler.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Beverly with the ball. Harden has a wide open look. The rebound by Wilson Chandler. Chandler's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Watson the pass to McGee. Dishes it to Fareed. Howard with the steal. Now here's Beverly. Lawson defending. Chandler with the block. Outside Lawson. Chandler with the screen on Ariza. Lawson dishes to Chandler. Back to Lawson. And it's all evened up. Lawson's got 10 points.
Wilson Chandler.
Getting it done offensively, guys. 5 for his first 7 shots. Not bad.
And now the first time out called here for the Rockets, where it really does come down to confidence, sometimes doesn't.
Boy, Kevin, you said a mouthful there. Confidence, such a thin line, because when you're confident and you're feeling it, then you tend to knock shots down comfortably. But
Keep
when
it
it's the
going for
opposite,
your Rockets
then you start
power
thinking
dancers.
about it, and that's no way to play the game.
Everything's going haywire then. Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Houston making some changes. Jeff Adrian's checked in for Jones, for James Harden. And it's Isaiah Cannon in for Patrick Beverly. Here is Howard. He has 6. Right wing. Cannon kicks to Howard. Ariza outside. Clock at 6. On the wing, Daniels shoots the 3. Count the bucket. Daniels has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
Lets it go for the baseline and nails it.
Daniels!
Daniels has got 5.
Really did a nice job recognizing the mismatch that he had and immediately cashing in with that mid-range jumper.
Molinari passes to Robinson. And there's the whistle, fouled hard, and the shot will go to the line.
Nate Robinson suffered a torn ACL halfway through last season. It's been a long way back for the dynamic 5'9" Energizer, but really nice to see him back in action.
In Robinson's game, Steve, very reliant on his athleticism. You know, you kind of wonder how long it'll take for him to get close to 100%.
Well, usually for ACLs, it's about a year to play and maybe 2 years to really get back to 100%. We've seen some people do it faster. Hopefully, Robinson is in that group. We want him back as soon as possible. So exciting to watch.
No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also.
The Rockets, to me, are an emerging factor in the West. Not 100% sold on them being championship caliber. But still think you got to give that front office a lot of credit in terms of what they got out of the superstar tandem of Harden and Howard. I think it's a strong foundation of scoring and defense.
Nice shot by Foy.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
Oh, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop.
Here's Canaan. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Ariza no up. Boy, the Rockets came out smelling like a rose, didn't they? Bringing in Howard, but some luck along the way, too. You remember the Chris Paul Lakers trade that was vetoed? Steve, the Rockets would have gotten Pau Gasol on the deal.
And then Dwight Howard, because they wouldn't have had the cap room to absorb him. So, you know, they're probably glad that in hindsight that deal fell through, because Dwight Howard, the younger and more talented player, when you think about his comparison to Gasol.
That's exactly what they wanted to do. I mean, you'd like to see that every time down the floor.
Here's Canaan. Feeds it to Daniels. J.J. Hickson grabs the rebound.
Well, he's wide open there, but really struggles from that range. Maybe there's a reason he's open.
Nice shot by Foy. 41 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Canaan. Ariza outside. Kicks it to Daniels. Lets the 3 fly. The shot no good. The Nuggets trail by 3. There's the pick. Robinson goes in. Cannot hit.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Cannon dishes to Ariza. In low to Howard. With 2 seconds left, misses the layup. And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. Houston on top, up 3. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. We got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, Steve Clark, what are your thoughts?
How about the three-point shooting? Scoring has really come in bunches from long range.
Yeah, it seems like every time down the floor they're knocking down the triple.
So on the floor for Denver, Hickson and Mozgov playing together in the front court. Foyle is out there with Robinson, and it's Gallinari in at the 3 slot. Here's Robinson. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Robinson's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Nuggets. And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kevin, JaVale McGee has all the tools necessary to be a great player, but often he can be his own greatest obstacle. But he and Coach Shaw are working on that. Coach Shaw said, "I'm just trying to get him to slow down." That's what we've been working on with him, just to slow down so he can use the gifts that he has, his length and his athletic ability. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. And as you said, McGee is so gifted athletically that he'll be a force when he lets the game come to him. Howard kicks to Adrian. Ariza goes in. Stolen by Robinson. Pass to Mozgov. Right side Robinson. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. Houston's gone 5 of 9 when they put up a 3-point shot tonight. Howard with the screen on Robinson. Ariza has the open look. Great use of the fake to create room for the jumper. Ariza's got 8 points.
Well, that shot was made possible by the work Dwight Howard did.
Time call here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
You know, Denver had a few memorable wins against some of the best teams in the West last year, but at the end of the day, oftentimes they look to be overwhelmed.
Keep it going for your Rockets power dancer.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. And a follow wide open. He shoots. And that one goes long.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get too many better looks from that range.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hey guys, well, Ryan Shaw had some advice for the team over that last break. The strategy included running the offense through Lawson. Coach has a lot of faith in him offensively and let his players know it, insisting that he be at the forefront of what they do at that end of the court from here on out. Also, he was just as passionate when he told them that they needed to put everything they have into their offensive rebounding. Maybe making those early adjustments will give them time to judge their effectiveness by halftime. We'll soon find out, Kevin.
And thank you, Doris. So it's the Rockets now, after the Nuggets pick up 2. Now here's Beverly. Johnson, a wide open look. Gallinari with the rebound.
Well, they'll give him that shot. He doesn't have the most reliable jump shot in the world. We know that.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Adrian passes to Johnson. He kicks to Harden. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Beverly. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Beverly's got 5.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Chandler a screen. And here's Gallinari. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
Right back at you. They immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading punches, that's how you answer.
Here's Adrian. 3-point lead. Beverly dishes to Harden. Johnson in the corner. Lets it go from deep. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Hickson sets the screen for Lawson. Stolen by Beverly. And it's the Rockets on the break. Now Lawson. He's got 10. And he drops it in from the low post. Lawson's got 12 points in the game.
Man, a gaping hole in the defense that time, and he didn't waste any time getting through it.
Here's Jones, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. And the Rockets lead by 6. Lawson outside. The dish to Chandler. On the wing of Flello. 4 on the shot clock. Again, the Nuggets score.
Assist goes to Wilson Chandler.
Houston leading by 4. And Beverly kicks to Harden. They set the screen to the wing on the left. Here's Beverly. Misses the 3.
In this quarter, he's really been off the mark, and he looks a little bit unsettled.
Dixon a screen on Harden. Chandler goes in, and a follow wide open. He shoots. Another 3 for Denver.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Here's Adrian. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And that one's good. Beverly.
That's his second shot from long range in this quarter. So he's starting to roll.
Patrick Beverly is absolutely a hound dog defensively. He's got so much pit bull in him and how he goes about defending people at that guard spot. He's not a big playmaker or scorer.
Rockets foul call.
He's basically a three-point shooter and a defensive specialist.
And Patrick Beverly, a nice find for the Houston Rockets. Makes an ideal pairing with Harden in the backcourt.
Yeah, he sure does, Kevin, because he's tough, he's defensive-minded. He's a good complement to Harden, and I think any team in the league would love to have him just because of that toughness and that competitive desire.
For Denver, they have missed both of their free throws tonight. 0 for 2 so far. And he can't get the first one.
Boy, J.J. Hickson was drafted into the NBA after just one season at NC State, and he's rounded into a quality player, a strong rebounder. He's got great activity at both ends, has a decent mid-range touch as well, and when he finishes, he does so with power.
Kenneth Faried, he's checked in for Gallinari. And for J.J. Hickson, an athletic, physical player, certainly, Steve. He fits with the Nuggets style, it seems.
Yeah, the way they come at you in transition and waves and, all those big men offensive rebounding. Yeah, that's a good fit. But, he had to deal with that ACL tear back in March of 2014. So he's just rounding back into shape and trying to find his explosion.
Timeout call for Rockets. And this point of the game, always important to stay focused. And while the coach goes over the game,
Keep it going for your Rockets power dancer.
Chance to rehydrate and refuel with Gatorade. And guys, we know the drill well, all 3 of us drinking the Gatorade too.
Yeah, no question. Right. I mean, Kevin, people have no idea the fatigue that can set in during a telecast. And so it's important for us to stay hydrated all game long.
Clark, you're always hydrated.
Yeah, I try to be, but it's usually a combination of H2O and Gatorade.
I love Gatorade. And look at Steve, got a Gatorade shirt on.
Yeah, he's really immersed in the Gatorade.
Yeah, gotta love it.
Here's Lawson. Terrence Jones making his last shot. He had a nice open look right there. And it's 9 points for Wilson Chandler. Rockets have gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. Passes it to Harden. 1-3. Harden missing again.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
Lawson the pass to McGee. Lawson outside. Fires for three. That doesn't go either for Chandler. Houston's got half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Beverly dishes to Harden. And it's Houston with another.
He's created some good opportunities for himself and made the most of them.
The Nuggets trail by 3. McGee sets the pick for Lawson. And it's Chandler top of the key. Unloads from 13. And it's Denver scoring again.
A nice piece of work there. Find a little space and pull the trigger.
Beverly with the ball. 8 points for him. Harden kicks to Beverly. He dishes it to Adrian. He feeds it to Beverly. Denver grabs the miss. McGee's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
Well, his shot's been off today, no question. He's not the guy they're going to want to look to if they want to keep this lead where it is. Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
Harris is checked in for Wilson Chandler.
Gary Harris.
For Houston, they've gone 8 of 16 from the field in the second quarter. A nice, efficient 50%. Harden, no good.
Really high-quality shot there. Just a little off with his release.
That miss right there will definitely leave him shaking his head.
Out to Harris. Lawson the pass to McGee. That one falls. Coming off Lawson's feet. Lawson's got his 8th assist in the game. Here is Harden. He's got 14. Jones sets the pick for Harden. Down low. On the basket by Jones. Jones has got 6 points.
And he's shaking off a poor first quarter shooting effort. He's really starting to turn it on now, guys.
The Rockets, of course, at the forefront or vanguard as far as advanced analytics go. Some in the NBA have stopped, but hey, they're doing something right.
Here is Harden. Ty Lawson making his last shot. Johnson with a screen on a follow. On the wing, Johnson. Back to Harden. 6 to shoot. And some nice passing there by Houston. And that one's good. Beverly.
And he's now made 3 3-pointers in the second quarter. He's rolling.
Here's Lawson. 18 points for him. There's the feed to McGee. Pass to Aflalo. Dishes it to Lawson. 6 to shoot. Fareed, a screen on Johnson. Here's Harris. Adrian with the rebound. Adrian's got 4 rebounds now tonight. It's Harden with the drive, and he uses both hands to jam it in. There it is, guys. That Olay defense. Just watching him go right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark.
And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
That's his first.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Houston
At the line for your Rockets.
Howard's checked in
James
for Jeff
Harden.
Adrian. Reza comes in for Johnson.
One shot.
And it's Isaiah Cannon in for Patrick Beverly. And then for Denver, Mozgov. He's checked in for JaVale McGee. Foy comes in for Aaron Aflalo. Robinson is subbed in for Ty Lawson. Now here is Robinson. And there's the pass to Foy. Ariza against Harris. Feeds to Foy. They grab their own miss. Mozgov kicks to Foy. Out to the right wing. Fareed goes hit.
Are you kidding me?
That was a power punch right there.
Oh, great.
That's his second.
Even when they're
personal
down,
foul.
he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, now's when they need a little spark
Kenneth
anyway.
Fareed.
And the Rockets making a change here. Daniels is checked in. free throw good from Faried.
Gary Harris is 6'4" sophomore shooting guard out of Michigan State. A bit undersized, but he's very physical, goes hard at both ends of the floor. Really a two-way player who can do a number of things to help his team win.
Daniels with it, covered by Foy. Here's Howard, and he banks in the layup.
Howard.
Howard's got 8.
Nice soft touch to drop that one in.
Robinson goes in, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one, drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there.
That's his third personal.
And Gary Harris, the youngest sophomore in the 2014 draft class, for how well-rounded his game is. He's only a few months older than Julius Randle.
Yeah, but everybody in the NBA, no matter your age, you're a pro now. So age is just one of those interesting factoids. It doesn't have a bearing on much of anything. I like his versatility. And I think because he slipped a little lower in the draft than anticipated, he's going to play with a nice, healthy edge that will allow him to maximize his potential.
Little chip on his shoulder.
Yep.
Both shots good from the stripe. Well, the Nuggets a team with a lot of changes last season. The front office, the roster, and the head coach.
Yeah, Brian Shaw, who I think is going to be an outstanding coach. It's just a matter of time with him. He's got all the ingredients, communicates well, understands the game, gives guys freedom, and holds them accountable. I think his future is bright as a head coach. Tough year last year, but he's a good one.
Yeah, he got whacked. Shouldn't be much debate on that one.
Yeah, that was as straightforward as it gets, guys.
At the line for your
Shaw
Rockets,
looking to integrate more
Terrence
half-court offense
Jones.
for the Nuggets. You need that in the
At the
playoffs.
line
He tried
for
to play
2.
some inside out, run some more post-ups, but it turned out to be a questionable fit in Denver, where the altitude and kind of raw athleticism of this team favored the up-tempo style.
That one is no good.
And I think for the Nuggets, quite honestly, last season, the departure of Andre Iguodala hurt in a lot of ways. Gallinari missed the season with a knee injury. That clearly was a factor as well. But this team does have a lot of good young talent. The question is, how do they take that next step?
Here's Kanan. Nate Robinson making his last shot. Kicks it to Jones. Mozgov grabs the board. Mozgov's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Pass to Robinson. He kicks to 4. 1 second left. And Denver again with the bucket.
Randy Foy.
And a tight game here as we end the first half. Rockets lead by 1. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, James, an impressive first half for you. What allowed you to come out so strong?
Just trying to be aggressive, trying to get out early and give a little spark to my teammates. And they found a little long, so it's just a matter of us not turning the ball over and getting stops.
You're not a bad guy to follow, James. Thank you so much. Over to you guys.
Thank you, Doris, and we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime. the lead. Beverly and Harden man the backcourt. Terrence Jones is down low with Howard. And it's Ariza in at the small forward. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Jones sets the pick for Harden. Got it. Good job.
James Harden.
Harden's got the first bucket of the third here for the Rockets.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a nice look.
Poor job by the defender to not fight over or around that screen.
Lawson dishes to Afflalo. Wants to get it to Fareed and does. The shot will not go. Good D by Jones. Rockets leading by 3. Now here's Beverly. The dish to Harden. And again, the Rockets good for 2.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
Follow against Harden. Fareed a screen on Jones. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And the dunk by Fareed.
You could see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make in a close game. A potential momentum builder.
Now here's Beverly. 11 points in the game. Shot clock at 6. Harden and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It goes on Kenneth Fareed.
Personal foul.
Well, James Harden is a pure scorer, but for him to get this Rockets team where they hope to go, I think he has to lead in more ways than just offensively. Really needs to set the example with his defense, his
Shooting for
effort,
Houston.
and his
James
unselfishness.
Harden.
And Harden is a
2
great
shots.
passer. But last season, at times, it seemed like he settled into being a ball stopper. So talented, so gifted offensively. He's an excellent offensive player when he's isolated. But this team has so much offensive talent. I think they're best served to keep that ball hopping. And that goes for any team, but clearly a team that has the weapons that Houston does.
And both free throws good for James Harden. And you think of the superstar 2 guards who have won titles over the years, whether it's Kobe Bryant in Los Angeles or Dwayne Wade in Miami, Steve, they've all gotten after it defensively.
Yeah, and I think that's where Harden has to take the next step, in my opinion. When he's locked in, he's great. You know, he's got the long wingspan, he's got the strength. It's just about having that focus and that energy, that intensity that you need at the defensive end.
Now Beverly, after Aaron Afflalo missing that last 3-pointer. Now here's Beverly. Not a lot of room. Harden kicks to Beverly. Houston moving it around. And there's Ariza. That's good on the assist by Beverly. And that's 11 points for Ariza.
James Harden.
Nothing but money for him to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts.
Chandler with a screen for Lawson. Passes it to Chandler. Back to Lawson. The 10-footer. And he gets the bucket.
Ty Lawson.
Lawson's got 20.
Boy, he can be a matchup nightmare inside the paint.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Ty Lawson, the former 18th overall pick back in 2009. Super quick, athletic point guard who looks to push the pace. He's been the perfect fit for the Nuggets' up-tempo offense.
Let's go over to
Keep
the
it going
sideline
for
with
your
Doris
Rockets
Burke.
power
Hi, guys.
dancer.
Over that break, I was able to catch the message Brian Shaw was giving to his team. He urged his guys to get after it on the offensive glass, to follow every single shot, extend possessions, and cash in on some second-chance points. The other thing he discussed with them was that they should be forceful with the ball. He said if they see a gap in the defense, they should go straight to the bucket. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. And Lawson, really the engine for the Nuggets offense.
Yeah, he combines
Aaron
aggressiveness
Afflalo.
with really
For
good
3.
decision-making, Kevin. Terrific in the pick and roll, and he's the player that makes them tick offensively.
And here's Beverly. After Aaron Afflalo getting his shot to go from deep. Jones with the screen on Lawson. Jones drives in, loses his man off the
Terrence
screen, and plays it up and in. Jones has got 9.
Everything's going right now. 4 for 5 shooting.
Got their offense working.
Cause I've been living life right like I could just dive any minute. Pull right down the side, PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide.
Even as a young team,
injury to
Nuggets power
Gallinari
dancers.
hurt, the defection of Iguodala to the rival Warriors, and mass turnover in the front office and the coaching staff. So they are now trying to regain that stability.
Just under 3.5 minutes play here in the third quarter. And Fareed kicks to Chandler. Out left to the wing. McGee, the pass to Chandler. He dishes it to Afflalo. To the left wing. Chandler outside. 3 on the clock. And a miss there on the triple.
And for the Nuggets last season, they traded away starting center Kosta Koufos to Memphis in an effort to free up space for JaVale McGee, promising young center. Then McGee, unfortunately, was out most of the season with a broken leg. That set him back in terms of his progress, but he's still a center that's on the rise. That's a combination, quite honestly, of a bit of a questionable decision and then some bad luck as well.
Denver making a switch here. Gallinari's checked in. And the whistle goes on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Rockets
So guys, when I
ball.
look at the Nuggets, I see a young team with great depth. They still have a chance to be a real factor in the West.
Rockets leading by 8. And here's Beverly. 11 points in the game. Now Howard. He feeds it to Jones. Pass to Beverly. Just 5 to shoot. Ariza goes in. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. The Nuggets trail by 8. Lawson kicks to McGee. Poke loose. Back to Lawson. Out to Chandler. Here's the 3. And again, Denver no good.
Well, he hasn't had much success shooting the ball, but it's not too late for him to get it turned around and start contributing.
Ariza. Almost, but it rolls out. Nuggets have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Lawson dishes to Chandler. McGee against Jones. The runner. McGee's shot is off. Houston leading by 8. Beverly the pass to Ariza. Jones sets the pick for Ariza. On the wing, Harden lets it go with the 3. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Lawson outside. The feed to McGee. Looking to end the drought. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. JaVale McGee, a 7-footer with length and athleticism, can certainly play in the perimeter defensively. Guards the rim so well. And Steve, he can reach over 2 feet above the rim.
That's unbelievable. You look at him, Kevin, all the physical traits you look for in an elite pivot man.
2 shots.
The question for McGee is just his decision-making and his development, his focus. He's capable of making a spectacular play, but can he make the fundamental one? And that's what's held him back to this point.
And the Rockets making a change here. Adrian's checked in. He hits both from the stripe.
And McGee's flair for the unexpected, if you want to call it that, has made him a blooper reel regular. I mean, if he can just focus on being fundamentally sound and stay away from the extracurriculars, I think he could be one of the best centers in the game.
Here's Lawson. Following the score by Trevor Ariza. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Denver.
J.J. Hickson.
And so it's Houston with it.
And JaVale McGee and Andre Blatch applying to play for the Philippines in the World Cup this past summer. Never shy when it comes to breaking with convention.
Here's Adrian. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Lawson kicks to Afflalo. Dishes it to Hickson. Baseline J on the way. That's good. Hickson's got 6.
And they have to mix it up defensively. That was just too easy.
Harden kicks to Adrian. Out to the right wing. Ariza outside. Chandler with the defensive effort.
He's far too tentative in the paint, and even more so when the defender is up tight on him like that time.
Aflalo dishes to Gallinari. That one's in there. Pocket lead as Gonzalez gets 4 points with the bucket from Hickson. For Houston, they've gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the third quarter. Harden kicks to Howard. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. And that's 10 points for Howard.
And that assist earned him a little nod from his teammate after the basket.
Hickson sets the screen for Lawson. There's the pass to Gallinari. Aflalo left side. And Gallinari kicks to Lawson. High post shot. And too long on the shot.
Well, that's an excellent challenge right there. Good job contesting that shot by the defender.
It's Harden with the drive. And there's the shot to finish it off. An indication there of why the scoreboard looks like it does. Very passive defense.
But the finish was anything but passive.
No, he hammered that down, Clark. Superb above the rim action.
Here's Lawson. The Rockets making the shot. Hickson passes to Chandler. Harden against Aflalo. Chandler dishes to Aflalo. The baseline J. Here's Hickson. And he battles for the ball. He gets the second chance bucket. Hickson's got 6 in the quarter.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. He's got to be relentless.
Now here's Howard. 10 points for him. That's good. Howard's got 12 points in the game.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist number. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
Hickson with the bucket.
Well, you look at the scoreboard and you realize how much he's already contributed. You really have to wonder how bad it might be if he weren't doing the job he's done so far.
Now here's Howard. 12 points for him. Fader on the way. And Houston again with the bucket.
Look out, guys. I mean, I think there's a lot more where that came from. When he gets it going like this, it is not easy to slow him down.
Here's Lawson. Gallinari with a screen for Lawson. And here's Aflalo for 3. And he gets it to go. Aflalo's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Nuggets.
Now, playing in the West can be a grind, and that's what was impressive about where the Rockets ended up. They didn't rely on their bench a whole lot. They really rode their starters.
Here's Adrian. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Ariza goes in, and Chandler with the block. Ariza with the bucket.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
Lawson outside. Hickson sets the screen for Lawson. Feeds to Gallinari. Kicks it to Aflalo. Shoots from 12. And Denver again with the bucket. As you said, Clark, Rockets did well against the rest of the conference and really didn't have a deep rotation.
Usually that can catch up to a team, but the Rockets starters were able to stay healthy and log big minutes last year, and that's why they have that 4th seed in the West.
Well, as long as the threes keep dropping for him, he'll continue firing away.
And they are dropping for him. What a game he's having from deep.
Now here's Hickson. 12 points for him. And Aflalo kicks to Gallinari. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Well, Danilo Gallinari back in action after missing all of last season after surgery to repair his meniscus back in 2013. 9 months later, it was decided that he needed an ACL reconstruction as well. So it's been a tough couple of seasons for Gallinari.
2 shots.
And for Gallinari, pretty mobile for a 6'10 player. But coming back from major knee surgery, that's usually a 1.5-year process. We'll have to see how that impacts his game going forward.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Daniels, he's checked in for Jeff Adrian. And it's Cannon in for Patrick Beverly. And then for Denver, Mozgov, he's checked in for Chandler. Foy comes in for Aaron Aflalo. And Nate Robinson is subbed in for Ty Lawson.
Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
Howard with a screen on Gallinari. Here's Cannon. Another shot. And there's the nice layup by Howard. Howard's got 16 points.
He is remarkably hot this quarter. He has yet to miss a shot.
Robinson passes to Gallinari. Foy with it. He's got 6. That's good. He's got 8. The Gallinari that came into the NBA as a great three-point shooter. That percentage dropped year after year as he became, Steve, more of a slasher.
Yeah, and he might look to rewind and go back to that outside shot more as his knee takes time to get back to 100%. And they'll probably let the clock wind down here.
Exactly. No need to give the ball back before the end of the quarter.
Robinson dishes to Hickson. To the paint. Here's Mozgov. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
Well, this game has been tough, Clark.
Harden.
I think they're starting to run a little bit low on energy, possibly.
The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Rockets ahead. They lead by 6. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, this had to be the choice. An absolutely sensational feat, putting way up there above the rim so that only his teammate could catch it. And not only does he do it, but he powers it down from there.
Yeah, the timing of these plays are just phenomenal.
No question.
The Nuggets trail by 6. Taking a look at the Nuggets. Gallo and Fareed at the forwards. Robinson is out there at 4. And it's Mozgov in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Rockets shooting about 59% from the floor offensively. They've been running without a hitch. Howard with a screen on Robinson. Here's Cannon. Cannot hit. And it's Denver the other way. Now, here is Foy. Outside Robinson. And Gallinari kicks to Mozgov. It's stolen by Ariza. Left side Ariza. Here's Cannon. Pass to Jones. He kicks it to Cannon. Shot clock at 6. Good on the triple. Cannon's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Rockets.
There's been a huge discrepancy between these teams in their effectiveness from the three-point line.
And you really notice it at that end of the floor where they continue to get open looks and knock them down.
Gallinari in the corner. Misses off the right iron. Rockets leading by 9. Here's Daniels. Cashes in for a double-digit lead.
What a finish with that hoop.
Denver's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7 of 13 on threes. Mozgov passes to Foy. There's the pick. There's the dish to Robinson. Over to the left wing. Here's Fareed. The 18-footer is right on the mark.
You know, tired legs can affect you at the defensive end, and I think that's what's happening right here.
I agree, because as much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late.
Here's Howard. Mozgov grabs the board. Mozgov's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Gallinari dishes to Robinson. Back to Gallinari. It's rebounded by Houston. Ariza's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Canaan, covered by Foy. Daniels kicks to Canaan. And some nice passing there by Houston. They get the rebound. Passes it to Daniels. Ariza outside, trying to find Jones. He gets it to him. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Tries again, and he connects with the jumper.
Jones.
And the Rockets lead by 11.
And assists like that have typified their effort today. Great ball movement.
Really an example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Denver calls timeout. Well, the Rockets were so deadly, Steve, in this building, and a lot of that was because of how fast they would get things going.
Yeah, they would often blitz opponents out of the gate and just manage the lead after the first quarter.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Houston. Big group substitution here for Denver. JaVale McGee's checked in for Mozgov. Chandler comes in for Gallinari. Aaron Aflalo, he's checked in for Randy Foy. And Ty Lawson subbed in for Robinson. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hi, guys. Over that break, I was able to catch the message Brian Shaw was giving to his team. He was emphatic. We're not getting it done, fellas. We've simply got to step up, get engaged, and try to battle back. Guys, we'll see if the pep talk gets them going.
You know, as you were saying, the Rockets were great here. Their fast starts here at the Toyota Center helped them win 33 games at home last season.
Jones, the pass to Beverly. From 13, pass to Ariza. And here's Beverly. That's tipped and stolen by Lawson. Aflalo outside.
Ridiculous. Tore it down that time. Boy, the kind of moments you love to see. Excellent defense leading to a dunk at the other end.
Clark, you got to marvel at the transition game when they've got it clicking. It's really explosive.
High octane for sure.
Yeah, turning defense and pressure into offensive opportunities. That's what it's all about.
Clock is at 3. Here's Daniels. Here's Howard. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. Lawson dishes to Fareed. Back to Lawson. And Fareed kicks to Aflalo. No good from outside.
Well, for the Rockets, they're just so tough to beat at home because they're explosive offensively, and they've got a great crowd. So once they get the lead in their home building, they are tough to catch.
Now here's Beverly. Lawson defending. Daniels kicks to Beverly. This one for 3. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. And the Rockets lead by 9.
Well, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Lawson drives in. Banked in off the glass.
Lawson.
Lawson's got 25 points.
I'll tell you what, he's enjoyed a very good day shooting the ball so far. He can bring them right back into this.
Beverly in the pass to Howard. Baseline drive, and he gets the bucket.
They built this lead through plays exactly like that. He's easily been their most consistent performer.
Well, he's been splashing everything today.
Chandler kicks to Aflalo. Back to Chandler. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
First personal foul.
Wilson Chandler, a versatile forward, Steve, in his 7th season out of DePaul.
I like him, Kevin. I mean, he's strong enough to play inside, quick enough to guard on the perimeter, and then he's got that three-point range on his shot. So very versatile player.
Wilson Chandler.
Wilson Chandler, 2 seasons now removed from hip surgery, showing no ill effect last season as he started at the small forward spot in the place of the injured Danilo Gallinari.
Good on both.
What you like about Chandler, an inside-out scoring threat, and he's an explosive finisher around the rim, too. The shooting range that stretches out beyond the arc.
Now a timeout called by Houston. Ariza outside. He dishes it to Daniels. Shot clock at 6. A baseline J, and again, Dwight Howard. Howard's got 4 points this quarter.
And they got exactly what they wanted against that defense.
And he's going up for the alley-oop. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Ariza goes in. He feeds it to Beverly. Outside, Jones. The three-pointer, no good. The Nuggets trail by 9. Lawson dishes to Afflalo. Lawson the pass to McGee. Now Chandler inside. Good.
Wilson Chandler. The assist, JaVale McGee.
Now Beverly. And there's the feed to Ariza. Dishes to Howard. 6 to shoot. The pass to Jones. Howard trying to free himself up. And it's Jones with the bucket. And the assist by Howard. Howard's got 3 assists now in this one. Lawson kicks to Afflalo. From 13, it's rebounded by Houston. Jones has got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. They get it back. The Nuggets trail by 9. Afflalo outside. And it's McGee with the jam.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And I like the way he capped that drive off, guys, with the one-hand punch.
They set the pick. Ariza against Chandler. Howard setting the pick for Ariza. The fader. Goes back up. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
He thought he had that one clean, but the refs saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
James Harden. He's checked in for Daniels. The Nuggets trail by 9. Lawson kicks to Fareed. Inside and stolen by Howard. Harden outside. Kicks it out to Ariza. Back to Harden. 6 on the shot clock. Excellent D there from Afflalo. Nuggets are gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. It's Harden with the drive. Feeds it to Howard. Back to Harden. Lets it go from 11. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. Howard's got his 4th assist in this one. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Rockets.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And they've really done a nice job on the glass, too. A lot of second chance points here tonight.
Chandler against Ariza. Now here's Howard. D right on him from the low block. And that one's good. Howard's got 8 points in the quarter.
He's really carrying a lot of the load offensively, and that's almost always good news for them.
Denver calls timeout. On the scoring sheet, James Harden getting it done again.
He's in one heck of a groove with the scoring. They're going to talk it over and try to figure out how to slow him down.
By Fareed in the corner. Afflalo with it. And again, Denver with the triple.
There's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes in this defense.
It should be easy to correct, though, if you start making the right rotations defensively.
Ariza kicks to Howard. Poked away. Out of bounds. Rockets ball as Houston keeps possession.
Still Rockets ball. 9 seconds on the shot clock. 9.
And so it's Houston with it. They've led by as many as 11 points. Here's Ariza. Houston needs to get a shot at it. Just 2 to shoot. Offensive rebound. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And Denver has their hands full guarding against Jones.
14 rebounds and a decent little assist total for him, too.
Yeah, he's played really well, moving the ball around, and you'd like to see
Shooting
the
for
rest of the
Houston.
team kind of get into
Terrence
that same
Jones.
passing groove that he's in.
2 shots.
First one falls for him. And so Jones nails both of them.
Look at the free throw percentage, unblemished since halftime, Clark. That's pretty nice.
I'd go farther than that, Steve. How about perfect?
Lawson kicks to a follow.
2 minutes remaining.
1:53 left in the fourth. Lawson dishes to a Flalo. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Chandler, no good.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound category. They've got to continue their work on the glass.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. I mean, they're on the right side of the ledger, and that is all that matters to them right now with the lead they have.
It's Harden with the drive. And he gets the bucket.
James Harden.
Harden's got the lead up to 11 now for the Rockets.
What a top-notch game he's having. He's gotten them in front, and it sure seemed like he's going to keep them there. All by himself, it looks like.
Here's Lawson. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line. Lawson's got 27 points.
Kevin, he's been a bright spot in what's otherwise been a little bit of a struggle for this team.
Harden the pass to Howard. Back to Harden. Kicks to Beverly. Harden against the Flalo. Ariza outside. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Houston, Trevor Ariza. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that'll push the lead to double digits.
It's been a nice game for Ariza. 22 points, and he's unleashed a barrage of 3-pointers on him.
Well, you got that right. You can tell he's on target because as soon as the ball leaves his hands, it looks like every single one of them is going in.
Ariza hits them both. 58 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Lawson from outside, and that one's good. Lawson's got 30 points.
He's got the touch they needed here as this one goes down to the wire.
Yeah, absolutely. He's 4 for 4, and he knows they need every basket. I would look for them to continue to get the ball in his hands.
Here's Chandler, and it's good. Foul through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
That's his second personal foul.
Boy, he just battled through that initial impact and somehow willed it in.
Excellent concentration. That's what you like to see.
Shooting for Denver, Wilson Chandler. Shooting 1.
.41 seconds left in the fourth. And it's Ariza in the corner. He kicks it to Beverly. Flalo against Harden. Pass to Ariza. Shot clock at 6. Here's the 3. And that one's good. And the Rockets lead by 8.
Time to turn out the lights.
I think they deserve a ton of credit for the way they played here today. Truly a professional display.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They're losing by 8. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, they can call timeouts all they want, but it's not going to do a whole lot of good at this point.
Yeah, this one's about done. The writing's on the wall. There's nothing they can do to change this one.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. There's Foy with the 3. Yes! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5. And that's an intentional
Defensive
foul.
foul. Nate Robinson. That's his first personal foul, third team foul. Shooting for Houston, Isaiah Cannon. At the line for 2.
Gets the first and increases their lead to 6. So both teams changing it up here. And so both free throws are good. It's a 7-point game.
Adds to their lead with a couple of solid free throws.
Denver calls timeout. They're behind by 7. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
Well, they can game plan all they want, but there's not enough time left for them to come back and win this game.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure exactly what they think they're going to pull off here.
Robinson for 3. The rebound by Johnson. Here's Canaan. So we see the Rockets get the win here. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me, any win is a good win.
And so now we'll go down to Doris.
Thank you, Kevin Dwight. What a terrific performance, both scoring and rebounding the basketball. What enabled you to have such a major impact tonight?
Just thank God, I'm healthy, and I'm able to do all the things I can do on the floor because of him. So my objective tonight was just to come out and win.
Thank you so much. Back to you guys at the table.
All right, Doris, thank you. And for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. Now, our Jordan Player of the Game, Dwight Howard.